Welcome to Jakire Games. I'm Eric, and this is Phoenix Rage Crystal Caves, doing a time run for the gold stars in levels 2-1 through 2-20. So this first one, very straightforward, not a whole lot of obstacles to avoid to get that fast time. The second one, I had trouble the first time I played it, just with the timing of that first goober bouncing around. So I just had to keep going until I got past it in the first couple of jumps. Next we have Mr. Zoing, and coming up out of that portal is tricky, but if you're just looking ahead, you can time your path, plan your path ahead, and try to get a nice smooth fall down the center into the goal. Now, level 4, this one you want to fall as directly as possible, and I kept doing this for like 20 times that I tried it, maybe even like 50 times, of going too far down and not going into the corridor that I wanted to be able to get to the goal. So you're gonna go right, fall straight down next to that goober, and then zip across almost at the bottom. Like so. Now on the next level here, we've got a red cube. I'll show you how to get to that in another video. This first field of goobers going back and forth is the trickiest part of this, because after this you just zip across and down and then float back up. Now that was a much smoother run through that starting field. Whenever you're going through a portal, it's good to know where that portal is going to take you, so you can be looking ahead to see what you're in for on the other side. Now this one, I had to try a few times because I forgot exactly where the portals go. And that hesitation, I mean, you just saw like the 12th time I tried it, but the hesitation with each time and appearing behind those plants makes it a little bit tricky. But once you do know the sequence of portals to go through, you'll get that time pretty easily. Alright, this level, you don't want to dash too much, especially here at the top. I make that mistake multiple times of trying to dash through those second two. It just doesn't work. You can only really dash past the first one unless you do a dash from far away. Like in the video for the cookie run of this level, I learned that you dash 7 blocks. So those goobers are too close together to only dash past one of them at a time. Now for the Salty Maze. This is one of those levels where, well, there's a red cube to get Phoenix's box level. I'll post that video later on. But more importantly about this level is being aware of your vertical placement so that you can dash past multiple obstacles without stopping or having to readjust by jumping or falling. So this one, since you have to get through so many salt blocks, it's really can get really frustrating, because once you get to the bottom, if the timing isn't right with those sets of goobers, then you will smack right into one of them. And then this part is also pretty tricky. If you can get lined up on the second block above that floor, you could dash straight across, but at this point in playing I still wasn't very good at lining that up, especially with the length of the level before this. Now it's a 2-10 Salty Z. This one was mostly just a matter of trying to go as fast as possible and hoping for the best as far as the timing goes. You're basically just going directly left with a couple of jumps in there to get to the second level. This one I played a bunch of times, trying to figure out the sequence of portals. So let's watch that back again. At half speed, you go in the left side of the blue portal, go all the way right to the firewall, head back out there, and then into the left side of the pink portal, over to through the ice wall, to the left, and you're at the goal. Pretty short path once you know the sequence of those portals. Now take it to the sea. This is another tricky one because of the goobers flying across through portals. But again, if you're looking ahead, you won't make this mistake. You'll instead wait to go underneath that top guy and then go up to the next level, like so. And same with the next set. And directly across into the goal. Now for basic rush, the trick here I found was getting past this first set of guys. They're offset just enough that it's like really bothersome to get past more than one of them. So that was a pretty good path I took, but I hesitated in a couple of spots, which cost me just enough time to not get the gold star there. So there you go. That is the best time for that level. Now we have 4 corners. You want to go to the left first, because that's the most direct path, and then you're automatically falling down to where you want to be. Now, I made the mistake of going onto the right side of that little maze. That's where the cookie is. You don't want to go through there. The timing on the left side of the maze isn't too tricky if you're just looking a little bit ahead and add a little bit of hesitation before your jumps up through, and you'll miss the bottom goober going back and forth. Now, 2-15, Race the Roof. This one, you basically just go as fast as you would need to when getting the cookie. Just ignore the cookie and you'll get it in just enough time to get the gold star. Not tricky at all. 2-16, you fail. This is another vertical position reliant gold star. There is also I think it's pretty much that 4th block above the goo laser, and you'll be safe pretty much the entire way, I think. Now on to the next level. I can't really remember figuring out any tricks for this. A lot of it was just luck getting through there. I mean, I guess you could learn which portal goes to which other portal, but both times I've completed that level so far, it's just been really lucky that I ended up going in the right one. Now, I've found the key for this level is to fall as far as possible and then dash out of the way of the vertical traveling guys. It takes some patience because there are so many and they intersect so much. You want to try to dash towards the middle because that middle section is 7 blocks wide, so there's not a risk of accidentally dashing across to the next column path of those guys. All right, now to Nameless Cave. Oh, this one was probably the most difficult of the Crystal Caves levels because there are so many different types of enemy paths to account for. You have those diagonal formations going up through the portal. You have the rows of them bouncing across that next section. And you have the diagonals going through a smaller column. And then all these individual guys and those overlapping guys at the end. So you really want to go down after that second set of 2 on the left are traveling down and be able to avoid all of them just by sticking to the left side of the wall. I didn't really feel like beating this again because the first time that I beat it, I did it in a fast enough time to be able to get the gold, and so I mean there's no real trick to it other than to do it quickly. So that's it for Crystal Caves time runs for gold stars. Thanks for watching here on JKR Games, and join me next time for more Phoenix Rage.